Okay, so you've probably seen the headlines, right? Like, teenager killed in subway. You know, it's one of those things, it's a gut punch, but then the news cycle moves on, right?
Yeah.
But this YouTube video, The Final Hours of Notti Osama, this one really kind of pulls you in and makes you think about, well, everything, really. Gang life and the dreams that get cut short. And it all went down on a New York City subway platform.
And what I think is so interesting about this video is that it doesn't just give you, like, the facts of the case. It really gives you a look into what it's like to be a teenager right now with hopes and dreams and how that collides with gang life.
Totally. And we're talking about Ethan Reyes. He went by the name Notti Osama,
Right.
14 years old, an aspiring rapper. And he was on the cusp of making it big.
Yeah.
I mean, he was connected, he was talented. They even show in the video he's meeting with record labels like Sony.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes you think about how quickly things can change. For Notti, everything changed on July 9th, 2022. A regular Saturday with his brother, just hanging out that day, changes everything.
And it starts, the video takes us to 137th Street and Broadway. Notti and his friends, they run into this other teenager, Kelvin Martinez. And the video kind of hints at this history, right?
Yeah, it seems like bad blood, yeah.
Bad blood, yeah. Fueled by gang stuff, probably.
Yeah.
And things escalate, like they do, unfortunately, and they end up in the subway station.
Right, in that confined space, it just adds to this feeling of tension.
Yeah. And the video does not hold back. It tells you right away. A broomstick and a knife.
It's scary to think about how quickly things can become so dangerous.
And they did, sadly. The video goes on to describe this chaotic scene. It's on the platform, and Notti's stabbed in the abdomen.
Awful.
Rushed to the hospital, but he doesn't make it. And what gets me, what the video captures so well, is the aftermath. His brother, Didi, he's there, and you feel his pain.
It's just raw grief, because it's not just losing a brother, it's losing someone he made music with. They had dreams together.
And you can hear it in the songs. He releases tribute songs, Letter to Notti and E4N, and it makes you think about the ripple effects, how it's not just one life lost, it's everyone who's left behind.
It's devastating. And the video just goes right into, the investigation and the NYPD trying to find the person responsible for Notti's death. We don't always get to see this part of the story.
Right. And you feel that urgency, like they have to find out who did this. And they include this footage, it's kind of wild, from the press conference.
Yeah, the one with all the reporters.
Yeah. And we meet this guy, NYPD Transit Chief Jason Wilcox. And he talks about how they used the cameras, the MTA cameras, in the station.
To retrace everyone's steps, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And you see it happen. They get a description of Kelvin Martinez. They find him, and that's it.
And the video even mentions that he had some injuries, too.
Oh, yeah, from the fight. They had to treat him at the hospital first before taking him in.
It really shows you just how quickly things can escalate and how it's not always, clear cut.
Totally. And then they hit him with these charges. Murder and having this weapon. So you're watching and you're like, okay, well, this is it, right?
Right, you think it's open and shut.
But that's where things take a turn. Because those charges, well, they didn't really stick, did they?
No, they didn't. And the video goes into how the whole legal process went down. Because at first, they downgraded it to manslaughter.
Okay, wait. Can you explain that? Murder, manslaughter, what's the difference? I think a lot of people hear those words, but they don't actually know what it means.
It's a big difference, yeah. So murder means you planned it out, you went in with the intent to kill someone. Manslaughter, though, it means like you did it in a heated moment. Maybe you didn't mean for it to go that far,
So they're saying Martinez didn't mean to kill Notti?
It seems like that was what the prosecution was suggesting, yeah. The video talks about how they didn't think they could prove that he intended to kill him, which is a big deal when it comes to a murder trial.
So even with all of it, the chase, the knife, they couldn't get a murder conviction.
No, it's more nuanced than that, right? Remember all that footage, all those witnesses they talked about? Well, it sounds like, based on the video, that some of that evidence suggested maybe Martinez was acting in self-defense.
Self-defense. So are they saying Notti was the one who started it?
It's really hard to say for sure. The video doesn't say one way or the other. But the point is, the prosecution, they felt like they couldn't prove that it wasn't self-defense.
It's almost like the video becomes this bigger commentary, right, on the justice system. Because, I mean, a young life was lost. It's tragic. But then again, the law is the law.
It's that gray area.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, was justice really served? Did they make the right call? These are questions you keep asking yourself even after the video's over.
For sure. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, they start talking about what happened after Notti died. About this whole Notti Bop thing. That just gives me chills. I mean, how do people even process something like that, you know? Like, here's this awful tragedy, and then it becomes a dance trend.
It's kind of like we've become numb to this stuff,
Mm.
you know, especially with social media. It's all about going viral, even if it means like just respecting someone's memory.
The video does a good job of showing that, this whole dark side of being online. They even show how people were doing this naughty bop, even like teachers got caught up in it. It makes you wonder, where does it stop?
It's a symptom of a much bigger issue, though, right? And the video touches on this. It's the glorification of violence, especially in that world, in gang culture. It's like this vicious cycle. Violence just leads to more violence, even if it's through something like, you wouldn't think it, but like a dance trend.
Right, right. And it'd be really easy to just get stuck there, you know, in all that negativity. But then we see Didi.
Yeah.
He turns all that grief, all that anger into his music.
He finds a way. Yeah.
And the video shows how he doesn't just stop there. Like, he's meeting with all these big record labels. Sony, again, it shows you, even when it seems like all hope is lost, something good can still happen.
Exactly. And I think that's what we really have to take away from this deep dive, from this whole video. It's easy to focus on the headlines and the court cases, but behind all of it, it's people's lives. We have to look closer, listen with empathy.
For sure. And for me, the big question, the one I can't shake, what if? What if Naughty and Martinez, what if they had made different choices? It's a lot to think about. But Naughty's story, it's important, you know? It shouldn't just be another headline. It should make us think, make us talk about this stuff, about the cost of violence and how we can do better.